Pat, that was obviously a really tough day and a really difficult reception. What was harder, winning the game or walking through the long room at Lord's?
It's long. It was, it's high pressure. It felt like an Ashes series. The crowd were certainly made themselves known in the long room and also out in the crowds. But really satisfying in the end. Some real problems to work through there for us bowlers, and as a captain, I thought Stokes was fantastic. He played amazing. So I'd say the cricket was the tougher part.
And what did you think of the treatment that you got in the long room?
I'd say the MCC came and apologised for their behaviour of some of the members. I think some of them might lose their membership over the way they behaved. That's it.
Should players still have to walk through the long room?
Should what, sorry?
Should players still have to walk through the long room?
Other than that kind of one time, they were fantastic all week. The members here are normally fantastic, really welcoming. It's something special about playing at Lord's is you feel like you're at a really special place, surrounded by people who just share a love of the game. So, I don't know, I quite like the tradition. Yeah.
Ben, well batted, incredible innings, an incredible game. The flashpoint was that Johnny Bairstow dismissal. Would you have withdrawn it?
Look, I think taking the whole situation in consideration, I think the first thing needs to be said, it is out. The things that I obviously had to consider when I was out there was the fact that it was the last ball of the over. I very shortly questioned the umpires whether they had called over. Both umpires were making the gesture towards walking to their opposite position of being umpires. Does that make sense? Yeah, going from square leg to standing to square leg. And, Johnny was in his crease and then left his crease to come out and have the conversation in between overs like every batsman does. I think if I was a fielding captain at the time, I would have put a lot more pressure on the umpires to ask them what their decision was around the over. And then would have had to have a real think around the spirit of the game and would I want to potentially win a game with something like that happening, and it would be no.
Where's it left the relationship going forward in this series between yourselves and Australia?
I know a lot's going to be made of this, and I think if I was to sit here and go on and on and on about it, it will just take away the fact of what that game was. It was an unfortunate situation for the game to have, but it was an incredible game. Take that away from it and we'd all be talking about how good the game was, and I don't think we should be sitting here talking too much about something like that.